How's it going, everybody? CJ here. Back in another video. We're doing another first thoughts today. This first thought is on Uvilda, Dean of Perfection, and Nassari, Dean of Expression. An Is It card. It's got double sides, so you technically in the command zone you'll have either side face up. You can cast either side, and your deck is It colored. It's blue-red. So it doesn't matter that it's a mono blue commander on the front side. You're still a blue-red deck, which is cool. And these are both very different commanders. Like there's not a lot of overlap between the two. Like you're most likely going to be playing one or the other. But before we hop into that, remember, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check us out on Patreon if you want to support the channel. If you want to buy any of the cards talked about in this video, buy them through the TCG player affiliate link down below. Helps out the channel. You can also like this video and comment down below what you're doing with Uvilda or Nassari. And let me know if there's any cool stuff that I missed out on mentioning. What else do we got? We got the Discord link down below. If you want to join the Discord and chat with us, hop into there. And we got Twitter and a Twitch. And we got my alternate YouTube channel that I just made for Pokemon stuff. Help me choose my starter. I've got no votes yet. Somebody help me choose my starter, please. And we're going to hop into this. Uvilda, Dean of Perfection is where we're going to start. So I'm going to go through each one individually and then a little bit of what would work well in both. Uvilda seems alright. I mean, it's really good. It's kind of like Joyra of the Gitu, which is one of the cards I think that's decent in both sides of the deck because it's synergistic. But it's very similar to Joyra, but it's weird. So you kind of wanted to exile instant or sorcery, like big instant and sorcery cards. But a lot of the really big CMC ones that would be worth saving mana on are like control-y cards like bounces and board wipes and stuff like that. Which is unfortunate because you don't really want to have a board wipe sitting in exile with 3 counters on it waiting 3 turns to come down. Like it's very slow. So, the best stuff I could find to do with this is really just make an extra turns deck. Like, Is It turns? You got Time Stretch, Nexus of Fate, Temporal Manipulation, Expropriate. All of those seem pretty fantastic in this deck. Like, big spell. Like, you just start stacking them. Like, every turn exile one. And then by turn, like, whatever, turn 3 or... But within like 3 turns, you'll just have extra turn, extra turn, extra turn, extra turn. Seems pretty good doing that. But otherwise, and also you're just showing your opponents all your big spells that are coming in 3 turns. Like, I don't really like this card, personally. I mean, you can also throw in like Mnemonic Deluge or Bribery. Mnemonic Deluge is a pretty cool card. But, like, it doesn't seem that fantastic. It doesn't like, do it for me. But if you're going to run it, you should also run some haste enablers so you can start exiling stuff turn 1, like the first turn that she's in play. So you got Swiftfoot Boots, Lightning Greaves, and 1,000-Year Elixir to help with that. Plus 1,000-Year Elixir lets you do 2 of them. And then you can use Clock Spinning to remove counters faster, so that way you can get stuff down a little quicker than you would be able to otherwise. But, I mean, that's using it's like 4 mana to buy it back, so it doesn't save you anything, actually. Just delays it. I'm not a huge fan of Uvilda, but if you are, let me know down below what you're thinking that I missed, what synergy you're thinking about that I missed that makes her a stronger commander. But now we're going to move on to Nassari. Nassari, though, I like a lot. Nassari is a very cool card and could be a lot of fun. The first ability, being basically what Stolen Strategy is very cool. It's a very powerful ability too. And the second ability is just putting a counter on it isn't that amazing. Like, this is a deck where if you really want to lean into it, then you're kind of leaning into like just casting stuff from exile tribal, but you're not getting a big enough payoff to really warrant it. Like, if it was draw a card instead of a +1/+1 counter, I'd be all over this. This would be super, super fun. But the fact that it's not is just a little It's But it still could be a fun deck. It could be a cool chaosy deck. But yeah, we're going to hop into this. So, if you're going to want to lean into the casting from exile stuff, you're going to want cards that exile cards so you can cast them. So you got stuff like Abbot or Carol Keep. You got Act on Impulse. Apex of Power. That's a very cool one because it also gives you a bunch of mana. Chandra, Torch of Defiance. Literally +1 does this. Collected Conjuring, which is kind of cool if you're running a lot of sorceries. Epic Experiment. This card is just sweet. I like that one a lot. Ethereal Forager, so you can bring them back from your graveyard and just cast them for free. God Eternal Kefnet, so when you draw them, you can flip them and do all that jazz. I think, let me double check. I think God Eternal Kefnet does it that way. It may not though, and if it doesn't, then I'm glad I found this. I caught this now. You reveal the first card whenever you reveal it. Nope. This one, it does not work. But, I mean, it's still going to be very synergistic in a deck if you're going to be running all these instants and sorceries. You got Jessica's Will, which is a very, very powerful card in this deck, especially if you have your commander in play. And Mizik's Mastery. And that just got a reprint in this set with the cool border Japanese thing. So that's cool. And then you can also exile your opponent's cards and cast those, which is a really fun idea. Lean more into the chaos side of this. Like, I think this could be a cool chaos deck. And so you can run like Direfleet Daredevil, obviously Stolen Strategy, Itali Primal Storm, which is another similar effect. You got Mind's Dilation, Diluvian Primordial, and Grenzo Havoc Razor. Those all seem pretty sweet in this deck, and they could be very fun. Good synergies. Also, just specific mechanics that work really well with this commander. You have Adventure, because you can cast the creatures from exile after they go on their adventure. So like Brazen Borrower, Ember's Shieldbreaker, and Merchant in the Veil could be good. The Foretell cards work very well with this for the same reason. You got Allrun's Epiphany, Depart the Realm, Raven Form, all those seem like good includes. You can use suspend cards, which are okay, like Wheel of Fate, Ancestral Vision. Cascade works well in this deck, so like Aurora Phoenix, Ethereum Horn Sorcerer, Sakashima's Protege, and Throes of Chaos could all be fun includes. And then you can use like Cast Through Time. Cast Through Time is a cool card because it gives everything rebound, so every single instant sorcerer you cast, you'll be able to cast it again the next turn from exile. Seems pretty solid. And then some cards that just work well in both versions of this deck. You got Aminatu's Augury. It's a big spell that you can exile with Uvilda, and it's a spell that lets you cast a lot of spells from exile with Nassari. You got Mind's Desire, same thing. You can set up a turn where you're going to storm off and then cast that for 4 less mana and go nuts. And then Joyride of the Gitu, so that way you can just put big stuff in exile along with, similar to Uvilda, so it's just synergistic. And if you do want to lean into the chaos stuff, there's a lot of cool chaos stuff that work really well with Nassari in particular. You've got Knowledge Pool, Eye of the Storm, Possibility Storm, and Chaos Wand. All of these work very well with Nassari. They're very fun chaos cards. I like them a lot. I think Nassari could be a very cool chaos deck where you're just playing your opponent's cards. So this is definitely, Nassari is definitely best post-COVID. Like, you're not going to want to try to play a deck like that on Spell Table. But in person, it's going to be a pretty fun deck to play. And yeah, that's what I got for Uvilda, Dean of Perfection / Nassari, Dean of Expression. If you guys enjoyed this video, remember, hit that subscribe button. Like this video. Comment down below what you're doing with either of these or both of these or whatever. Check us out on Patreon if you want to support the channel. If you're going to buy any cards to talk about in this video, buy them through TCG Player. Link down below to help out the channel. Twitch, Twitter down below. LuxJ, my alternate YouTube channel for Pokemon. It's down below. Pick my starter for my Pokemon Platinum Randomizer Nuzlocke. We'll see you guys next time. Peace out, everybody.